A madman, believing himself to be a doctor, returns to the town where his crazy father was taken out, and soon begins eliminating people himself, before becoming infatuated with a teenage girl with a heart condition. Now grab a handy-dandy defibrillator and watch out for the mask-wearing giggler, because it's time to watch people die. So what, he lost a patient? That's no big deal for Giggles. That just means he gets to experiment.
Let's open this baby up and see what it'll do.
Now I might not know exactly how she died, but one thing's for sure. When you hear this royalty-free stock sound effect scream, you know someone's dying.
He should have kept his hands to himself.
Alrighty Giggles, time for you to GTFO. But before you leave, how about a breathtaking kill?
Check out time.
Okay kiddos, we got good news and bad news. Bad news is, the American healthcare system still sucks. Good news? This doctor's visit is a 2-for-1 special. I guess whether or not that's good news is pretty subjective.
I'm not really seeing patients yet, but I guess I can make an exception.
Thankfully, this doctor makes house calls, and luckily for you, this doc knows exactly what to do.
These things happen when you neglect your regular checkups.
Nobody's getting lucky tonight. This chick might be taking something long and hard down the throat, but I don't think it's what anyone had in mind. And now speaking about not getting lucky, your test results are in. It seems as though you have erectile dysfunction. Or, well, you're about to have. Not a whole lot worse. It's time to play a game. And no, I don't mean Dr. Mario. In this game, we see what would happen if it was the doctor who became the jigsaw killer instead of John. Check it out. Man, speaking of saw, this guy's about to take one straight to the shoulder? Gut? And now for these two to administer their shots. Just a warning though, there's a 50-50 chance one of these doses might be fatal. You'll want to keep that in the back of your head.
You sick son of a bitch!
Now it's time to check your blood pressure. Be warned though, this big boy is known to cut off blood flow and airflow.
Now, relax and breathe normally.
Aw, come on now, Giggles. You've been spicing each kill up, and then a guy who gives you a fair fight, even fighting you while on fire, gets a reused kill? Maybe someone ought to fire your ass for this. Man, maybe this is an alternate universe Saw, because after getting literally fired, Dr. Kruger comes back with his own homemade tools. Let the games begin.
What in God's name are those?
Just a little something I threw together. They haven't been tested yet.
Alrighty Giggles, you've had your fun, but this doctor's appointment has just been cancelled. In the end, a total of 15 people died in 1992's Dr. Giggles. However, counting Giggles' mother along with at least 7 corpses seen in the hospital waiting room, that brings the final number up to 23. And if you really want to bump it up, in the flashback scene where we see the corpse of Giggles' mom, there's at least 9 other identifiable corpses, bringing the grand total up to 32. And now that we have the numbers, let's rank them. So just for the sake of it, we're not going to rank the corpses, so let's act 17 of those and drop the number back down to 15. Coming in dead last, we got the opening guy, followed by the African-American woman who was killed off screen. Then we got Blondie, who was also killed off screen. To be fair, her and the last girl could have been tied. They're both equally nothing. At number 12, we have the young man who got a needle to the back. 11 goes to the guy who got his wiener hacked off. 10 is the jaw kill. 9 is the nose kill. 8 and 7 are both saw kills. 6 is the cop who got his head poked. 5 goes to the dude who had his throat cut. Number 4 goes to the throat device thing that killed that one lady. Number 3 is the doctor who got bargain bin sawed. 2 goes to the blood pressure kill. And finally, to nobody's surprise, the number 1 spot is Dr. Giggles. I'm not gonna lie, with how lame most of these kills were, I contemplated just skipping the ranking segment, but I gave it a shot. I guess I'm pleased with it. Though don't expect every movie to get a kill ranking. Though yes, nearly all of them will, and I'm sure flicks like Saw will even have their own trap rankings. Any movie that just downright sucks, has awful kills, or has an insane amount of them, like zombie movies for example, they'll probably just have this segment skipped. But specifically talking about zombies, I'd probably figure something out. I'd probably just rank the important kills or name characters, that kind of thing. But anyway, let's get to the awards. The Bronze Kitchen Knife for worst kill goes to the blonde woman, literally just because she's the first off-screen kill. And taking home the Silver Hockey Mask for best kill, the Chrome Dome for most inventive, and the Golden Frank for most memorable is Dr. Giggles. And finally, before we bury the dead, yes, you can currently watch this killer flick right now for free over on Tubi. And if you want some substitutes, or other movies in a similar ballpark, there's always the latest Puppet Master movie, Dr. Death, some 2015 flick that honestly looks like ass called Dr. Spine. No offense, I've never watched the movie, but I did look at it, and for some reason it looks like they put a weird Snapchat filter over it. There's another weird doctor flick from 2021 called Dr. Carver. At least that one doesn't look hard to watch. And finally, there's the true crime documentary Killer Doctor, the Harold Shipman case.
It was in 1974 when Shipman was first appointed as a general practitioner.
Not exactly an entertaining work of fiction, but hey, it's interesting enough that I'd considered covering it on the channel during that brief true crime phase, so if you're into that sort of thing, maybe check it out. And be sure to tell us your favorite kill down in the comments below. And while you're down there, have you seen the movie? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you back here again with more dead people. Have a nice day.
Looking for more horror fun?
You're goddamn right.
Then check out the VHS comic book series, a parody of the horror genre that follows the lives of 3 teens as they fight to survive a horror movie, where every day is loaded with blood, boobs, and buds. The first 2 issues can be found in the description below.
I was obsessed with VHS.